Wow! Recording? Are we recording, sir? I'm back. I'm making two back-to-back. Golly, as if I got people watching. But anyway, mostly for my friend at Chicken Soup for the Soul. In case she watches, I'm not cussing, okay? This one I'm not going to cuss. I know there's about 5 or 8 or 10 bombers in the last one. Sorry, I wasn't thinking. I was trying to be natural and see it, and it just kind of rolls off the tongue because I got some issues that I need to bring up to some very powerful people on the planet, and I'm a little irritated. So I tend to cuss. However, I'm going to clean this one up because this she will understand if she watches this video. Because I was talking about the scribbing or whatever. Maybe that's it, scribbing. I don't know. It's some kind of word like that. Okay? Where it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like, I've never heard of it before that I can remember. But apparently, black reflective surface, most of the time, I guess, the couple of pictures I saw were like something handheld, like a mirror, like a large handheld mirror type thing, basically, except it was just a very shiny, reflective black surface, the whole thing, and they were holding it, and they were trying to see, I guess, visions or shapes or whatever in it. But that's what was going on when my friend was trying to cheer me up when I was down. So, and basically, I was staring at this where I have the missing door right there on the side. I was staring at the the black plastic garbage bag that was there, and it had all these wrinkles and crimps in it. Okay, creases. I mean, some were it was tight, as you can imagine, in spots, and other places it wasn't. And then within that, there was these longer lines, and I saw some wild-looking stuff. Number one, I saw a pyramid that looked like it looked like a perfect pyramid peak, but it was like eroded and very rocky, and huge boulders going down, sort of, and there was like washed out gullyways down it and stuff, and then sort of, as the way I can describe it. And then the second thing I saw was the blocks. I saw these big, huge, look like, I guess, monolithic sized huge blocks, and like that big long obelisk looking thing that looks like they were digging up at one time, and it stopped abruptly before it ever got quarried completely out of the place where it was. If you ever seen that picture, something along those lines. And these blocks are kind of like, I don't know if it was a corner of a pyramid or what it was. It looked like it was standing alone up against a hillside or something. But these were these big, huge blocks, like these big steps. I don't know what it was, but it was kind of wild looking. But anyway, long story short, and I don't put too much in that, okay? But it was a very interesting thing, that a video that basically described exactly that, with a picture of one of those shiny black things on the thumbnail, showed up in my feed. I thought that was interesting, and and I've noticed other stuff like that. Everybody's noticed how, you go somewhere and it knows you've been to McDonald's or something, and it starts throwing you McDonald's advertisement there. We see what's going on, right? So anyway, so I'm sitting there, like 24 hours, maybe 32 hours after that, something like that. And I'm sitting there, and what was the question I asked God? I asked God a question, okay? And I got my little notebook right here, right? So I asked God a question. Let me see if I want to get this right, because I don't want to forget it, and I hope I haven't forgotten it, because it's a trip. I swear to you, it's a trip. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. So, I scribble stuff, okay? Basically, I scribble stuff. Sometimes I think I've got something, and I've got a couple of notebooks, actually, that are basically it used to be biblical scripture. I lost all of those books that I had. A whole lot of Bible study notes galore everywhere. But anyway, this is I'm just going to show you. This is my notebook right here, and you can see there's a page torn, right? So what I was going to do was I was going to come up with names for channels, right? So I'm like, okay, let's write this down. Okay, latter rain, because it has to do with some biblical scripture about the latter, Latter, like later, right? Rain. What kind of rain? Rain of truth. The latter rain, the good water, right? Okay. And that is a reality in biblical prophecy for the last days, the latter rain. And it was kind of odd that I had noticed that that sheet was torn, and I knew that. And I flipped around the book a little bit and turned to here, and for some reason it just left my mind that, hey, remember, you meant to start on this torn page, so you're not going to be writing on the whole thing like that. And I guess I didn't see it. I must have had the paper completely flush and had it completely out of my mind and never let it come up like that, so that it was like this. You see? So that you can't see, actually even more like that. I didn't notice anywhere it raised. Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm writing this, and I write all of this stuff, esotericism on display, which would be an augmentation of my current channel. Babylonian BS. I like that. Just all consecutive, Babylonian BS. The satanic shuck and jive. I don't know. Possible that God would intervene with man inside U.S. military to flip the script. Oh, and then my thoughts. Is it possible for God to throw a wrench in the plans of the enlightened ones? Okay, yeah. So so I'm just continuing a train of thought, and I haven't noticed this thing going up here, right? All right, so let's see, number one, Number two, what is the first beast in Revelations, and what is the deadly wound the beast receives? ? And then three, did that deadly wound occur in 1999? Did U.S. come out of bankruptcy in 1999? And, so, guess what happens? I'm sitting here contemplating these things and and the War Castles thing, and what I believe Russell actually represents, which is the angel in the book of Revelation with 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the sea, which is legal jurisdiction. The sea is the corporate dead book of the dead from Egypt. You can think of it that way, literally, because we're in a book, we're recorded as dead. Okay, we've got the mark. The mark, that's the main thing. Look, I've just figured this out, folks. Mystery Babylon is in the past. We've been living in it our whole lives, most of us, except for those born in the last 10, 12 years, okay? Because it ended in 1999. Mystery Babylon literally got brought down. God used one guy, Russell Gould, to bring the global evil system down. It lost all legal jurisdiction. What we're looking at right now is a battle to save it, I believe, and I fear. So anyway, but yes, we've had the mark, because what is a mark? Is it not common to reference someone's signature as their mark? And is a mark not a sign? And is a sign not a symbol? So a sign is a symbol, is a mark. Do you understand? So the mark is the slave identity that practically everybody in every country except for 7, like General, whatever his name is, I can't remember, McNichol, it ain't McNichol, I don't know, Mick something, said those 7 countries that were left, Libya, Iran, I think Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, there were 7 countries when we went after 9/11. There were 7 countries that they wanted to take down and take their gold away from them because they weren't tied into the Rothschild system, global system. This is what they pulled over our eyes, folks. But yeah, the mark, everybody's got it right now, and we're going to have it until we get ourselves out of the Dead Sea onto the land via the man that has the Title IV jurisdiction flag and the legal jurisdiction therein, and a rewritten constitution with all of their demonic illegal sorcery, which is language deception, because they've been handling the languages over the centuries, folks. Come on, get with it. Think. Use your noggin. So, but yeah. So what happens? Well, let me show you. Now, I didn't try to do this. I understand. What's left? I'll be dang. All them questions I was asking, all that stuff I was saying, and all that not being aware of my surroundings and what's going on right in front of me that I'm doing with that page, and it ends up giving me the word D.Reign. I'll be dang. Ain't that something? Roarism. Roarism. Somebody look up roarism. What the hell does that mean? I wonder if it means something. No shit. Or is that something else? I think we got a Baphomet orism. Oh Lord, I know what that is. Never mind. Orism. That God I with. That God I with. Hey. That God I with. So there's your answer right there. That God I'm with, the one that D.Reigns. And he done D.Reigned, I promise you. Him and Russell, between just the two of them, they done D.Reigned, I promise you. If you're a lazy piece of crap, you're not going to go find this stuff out. And you're going to miss out. Because this is biblical, folks. This is not the time to have cognitive dissonance. Because you will cognitive dissonance your ass possibly into a FEMA camp as an owned commodity, unbeknownst to you, and get your commodity's head cut off or get killed. So this ain't no time to play, folks. It's time to wake the hell up and realize that there might be other things at work.